this is Sharon with Crafty Acres, and this evening I'm in my garlic patch, and I want to just discuss with you why you want to remove the blooms from your garlic plants. Here we have a garlic plant that looks really nice, and right here it starts a long stem. The stem isn't in the beginning, it's a scape. And what you want to do is you can cut the scapes when they're young and tender. That way you can stir fry them. There's garlic pasta you can make. That's really good. But these are a little bit old for that. They're already starting to bloom out. If I let them go on, my garlic bulbs are going to be smaller. And I want the bigger garlic bulbs. We sell them at market. We use them for our own selves. We'll keep some of them back to plant for next year. And the bigger you have, the bigger the bulb is going to be for next year. And so by removing this, we'll probably get about 25% a bigger bulb. Now, if you cut them off sooner, the sooner you cut them off, the bigger the more energy that's going down to that bulb. So here we go. I'm going to show you how I go about this. If I can get this to stand up on its own. There we go. All right, we just go right down to the first leaf and cut it off. And then I'm going to go on through now these garlic plants, they're not quite ready to have their stems. They're not quite ready to have them be dug, but they're getting close. They're it won't be long and I'll be cutting them. I'll be digging them up in about probably 3 weeks would be my guess. And you want to just cut these right down to the first leaf. And you just want to get them all out of there. I've already done quite a few of them because we were selling the scapes at market. I'm just going to pile them up there and I'll compost them. They'll make great in my compost. Now my scapes, most of the scapes that I see on market or in the store, if you go to a store, most of them they curl. Mine don't tend to curl. Mine tend to stay stark straight. Now I do have some smaller garlic that I can show you in a minute. That actually they're volunteer. I don't know where they came from. That must have been a bird dropped them off, but we'll show you them in a minute and you'll be able to see what they look like. Okay, so this is the volunteer patch that I have, and these are the younger scapes, and so these are still pliable. You can still cut these off and use them in your garlic pesto, your whatever dish you want to use. The other ones were too far along and you can't use those. But I'm going to keep these for market. Market's just on Saturday, so we'll be able to have them for market. And again, I will cut them right down to the first leaf when I take them for market. And then what you do is you find where it's most tender, much like an asparagus. When you break the stem, that's where it's no longer woody, and you can eat from there up to the bulb. And now I'm going to go back to the other patch and let you know, talk to you about how to know when it is time to dig your garlic bulbs up. So I'm back here at my main garlic patch, and you may be wondering, when is it time to pick the plant? So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to take a look. So these plants look really nice. The tips are starting to brown just a little bit, so it tells me that we're getting close. The leaves are starting to dry up, but you want to wait till the leaves are dry, about 3 leaves up, and you want to watch this neck, because you don't want this neck to get too dried out. because the neck is going to be what keeps the bulb in storage longer. The tighter the neck around the bulbs, the better the storage is going to be. So once the 2 to 3 leaves start drying up, I'll go ahead and start digging and just getting an idea of what's going to be underneath the ground. And it's kind of cool to be able to go through and dig them up, because it's kind of like Christmas. You never know what you're going to get or how big. Everything's happening underground as far as what you're going to harvest. And I'm just doing a slow stroll of my garlic patch. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something about the garlic and how to make them bigger. I had to move away because my air conditioner just kicked on, and I wanted you to be able to hear. But thanks for joining me, and if you have any questions or comments, pop them in the section below, and as always, like and subscribe.